Hello everybody, this is TT11. Today I have another one wide 3x3 door, and this time it's even smaller. I shaved a block off the side, or shaved a layer off the side and added a layer to the bottom, and which made the door smaller. It's even faster. The extender is even faster. The only downside is the extra pulseless piston at the end, but I'm sure you won't mind. And you can see it's faster because before we had 4 tick, 4 tick, 3 tick repeater, so this is 1 tick faster on the closing. It's there. Now the way I managed to make this smaller is because before, if you've seen the video, I had a block coming down like this, which was like that. So when it was in position, this held that wire turned on instead of that torch, which stopped the clock pulsing like that when it was closed, which would break the door. And I was hurrying, how could I get a signal from there to here without adding an extra layer on the side? Then I figured out a way to pass a signal underneath this row of blocks here, or through that row of blocks there, should I say, because before it would have been like this, and I had to figure out a way to get a signal underneath, or over here, with only 1 block extra on the bottom. And I managed to do that with hoppers and comparators. So you saw, as I just had it, we've got 2 hoppers opposing each other to make a clock, but we don't really use the clock. It's the fact that if we have a piston like this, I'll just use this for demonstration purposes, like that. And let's just have a piston there. See, when I turn this on and put an item in there, that extends. De-extends. Oh, just get a lever to turn this off for the moment. So, and this works when I pull this lever, it pushes the piston out, which means the redstone block stops powering this hopper, which means the item can now leave and it goes into this hopper, but it can't return again because the redstone block's powering it. And the same works in the other direction. The item can now come out of this hopper into this hopper because it's no longer being powered, and this can't go back because it's then being powered by the redstone block. Then they just simply take a signal from that hopper through a block up into a torch, and this keeps that powered. So to get the signal from down here up to these other pistons at the top, I had to use quite a horrible system because there wasn't enough room at this side to do all the things I wanted to do. So I used Minecraft Chris's system, I think he came up with, where I've got a piston with half slab on top, and this just pushes a minecart up into a tripwire, which powers these pistons. That torch comes out along like that and just powers everything else. It's not a particularly good system, but it's the only way to fit it in that space at the moment. If anyone has a better way, I'd love to see it. This wasn't particularly consistent before, it kept breaking, but I've now changed it so I've got half slab here and a block here for the cart to rest on, and it's worked 100% of the time now, which is good. And also not using the circuit over the top here like I had before was I managed to make the door faster. So I'll now take a tutorial of how to build it, and I'll see you there. Right, to start off with, we're going to use our standard 3x3 piston layout. We're going to have 3 on the top, 2 on each side, and a block on the bottom of that block, and a double extender on the bottom. And to start off with building the door, what you want to do is have a piston there, just next to that block on the side of that, and this green block is going to be where our input is. So I'm going to move these blocks because they derp about a bit while we're building. So torch on that, lever, and I'm going to have that powered for the moment. Then we're going to take a signal from below that on a half slab, just get a bit of redstone, put it on there, and then a piston on the bottom of that with a redstone block on the end. Now this is going to be the very bottom layer of your door, so that's 3 blocks below here. If you're putting this in a hole when you're building it, be sure to remember that. Then we're just going to place a hopper like that, and then there, And you see these aren't facing into each other, so we need to break this one and shift click it onto there so they face each other, and that's essential to make it work. And then a block at the end and repeaters on top of them. These two need to be on 4 and this on 2, then that just goes up into block redstone and a torch. Now we can take that up again like this and put a block there and get a half slab like so, with the repeater on 2 ticks on top, and this is going to be our block. And then next, what we're going to want to do is take a signal from this hopper here, which we do with a comparator, through the block like that, up into a block with a torch on top. Now we just want to place one item in there. You can see that will now power this and the torch will turn off. Next, we want to come back over to this side, take a signal from that piece of redstone there into a torch, into a block, into another torch, into a block, and into another torch. And then another torch on top of that, so we've got a big torch tower curling around up there, block, and then a piece of redstone on top with the sticky piston here. Now this is where things do get a bit complicated. Want a half slab there and a block there. Now you're going to want to grab yourself some tripwire hooks and some string, and also I'm going to have some powered rails and a minecart. So first of all, it's easiest to get the tripwire hooks. You're going to take that from up here, so that's 2 blocks above that redstone, then you hook, then another block there with a hook on it, and string in between them. Turn back to date, and then we're going to take a signal out of there with a torch, into redstone, into torch, and then into some more redstone, and that will power these pistons. But now we need to power this tripwire, which will do the minecart. I find the way to get it in the best position is you place 2 blocks like that above that hook, powered rail, put the minecart there, and just push it along a bit so it's kind of in that position in the middle of the 2, and then just break them, and that'll fall down like that, and it will sit on that block, and then this piston with a half sub one will push it up. So now we can complete the door like that. Everything should be fine. There's a bit of a delay issue. Just run it a few times and that should be. There we go. So, thank you for watching. This has been TT Lemon. If you liked it, leave a like. If you want more of my stuff and you haven't subscribed already, subscribe in the top left hand corner. So, thank you for watching, and this has been TT Lemon.